Hi guys, and welcome back to another championship video. Round 37 coming up, into the last 10 rounds, but quick recap on round 36. We got two scores correct. Sheffield United drawing 1-1 with Forest, and Blues beating Bristol City 2-1. Let's get into this week's predictions. And to start us off, West Brom take on Huddersfield. Now West Brom, they got their first win under Steve Bruce 2-0 against Hull. Somewhat funny about West Brom, 6 of their last 8 games have ended by a 2-0 scoreline. Sadly for them, they've lost 5 of those. Huddersfield, unbeaten in 16 league games, won 4 in a row, and I think they're going to get another win here. I did originally put 2-1, but with West Brom's little 2-0 record, Huddersfield to win 2-0. Barnsley take on Fulham next. Two teams at opposite ends of the table. Barnsley, they drew their last game 1-1 with Stoke. And out of their last 6, they've actually won 3, drew 1, lost 2. So not a bad record for a team currently sitting in the relegation zone. Could they escape? Let me know down in the comments. Fulham, they've won 4 in a row, beat Swansea 5-1 in their last match, and are looking back to their best with goals again. So I'm going to go Fulham to win 3-1. Bournemouth take on Derby next, and Bournemouth not won in their last 2, drawing with bottom of the table Peterborough and losing 2-1 against Preston. So not great from Bournemouth at the moment. Derby got an incredibly important 2-0 victory over relegation rivals Barnsley in their last match. And it's, given them a little bit of hope to maybe end up surviving. But they have lost 5 away games in a row, which is obviously not good. And I think they're going to lose again here to a pretty strong Bournemouth side. Even though they're not in the greatest form, on their day, they are one of the best teams in the league. And that's why they are where they are. So I'm going to go Bournemouth to win 1-0. Blues take on Hull next. And Blues, we got our first away win since October the 30th. 2-1 against Bristol City. Great result for us. Almost guarantees our safety now. 40 points should be enough this season. Chong and Nico Gordon both getting their first goals for the club. Very important goals. And yeah, it just helps us out. We're near safety now. We actually had a centre-back playing this time, Mark Roberts. So we should, go on a bit of a run now. We've got a strong front three with Hernandez, Chong and Lyle Taylor. When we start getting our centre-backs back, which we should have 2 fit for this match, I'm pretty sure we can win quite a few games and climb the table towards like a respectable lower mid-table finish. Hull, they haven't been in great form. Won 1 out of their last 8, but it was against Peterborough, who are bottom of the league, and then they lost their last game 2-0 against West Brom. That was Bruce's first win in 6 attempts. So Hull haven't been doing great at the moment, and I think we can capitalise on that. Blues to win 2-1. Blackburn take on Bristol City next. And Blackburn, they got a good point in a draw against a very informed Millwall side, but they've only scored 1 goal in their last 8 matches. So they can't find the back of the net at the moment, and they are really, really hanging on to those playoff positions. And if they keep up the form they've had recently, they won't finish in the top 6. Bristol City have lost 3 in a row, and they haven't won away since the 2nd of October, which is right near the start of the season. So they haven't been great at all away from home. But I do think that with this Blackburn side not being able to score goals at the moment, that there's a chance for Bristol City here. I don't think they'll win it. I'm going to go down the middle, 1-1. Blackpool take on Swansea next. And Blackpool, they've won 2 in a row and they've achieved the goal they would have set at the start of the season, which was avoid relegation. They've done very well this season, and they can now, maybe relax a bit. Not necessarily not play to win, but, they can play without fear, really. Swansea, they had won 3 out of 4, and then were battered 5-1 by Fulham. I'm going to go Blackpool to win 2-1. Cardiff take on Preston next. And Cardiff, they've won 2 in a row, and they're looking pretty much safe now. Preston, they won 2-1 against Bournemouth in their last game. Very big result for them. They've done the double over them this season as well, which is very impressive from Preston. And they're now only 7 points off the playoffs. Is that dream dead? Or can Preston, pick up some brilliant form and finish in those playoff positions? Let me know down in the comments. I'm going to go 1-1. Coventry take on Sheffield United next. A big game for the playoffs, but Coventry lost 2 in a row, and I feel another loss here would sort of kill their playoff hopes. Sheffield United won 4-1 against Middlesbrough in their last game. Brilliant performance from them. And they've only lost 1 out of their last 12. And they've won quite a few of those. So Sheffield United, I think they're going to get playoffs. And I think they're going to win this one and end Coventry's hopes. Sheffield United win 2-1. Millwall take on Middlesbrough next. And again, it's a big game for the playoffs. Millwall, they're unbeaten in 6 and they've won 5 of them. So they really are, pushing a lot for those playoff spots. And there could be a dark horse to actually finish in the top 6. Middlesbrough, they lost their last game 4-1 against Sheffield United. And they've actually lost 3 away games in a row. One of those against Barnsley. So Middlesbrough, there's a very big disparity between them at home and them away. And I think Millwall are going to capitalise on that. Millwall to win 2-1. Forest take on Reading now. And Forest, they're unbeaten in 5 and they knocked Huddersfield out of the FA Cup to advance to the quarter-final. Reading, they've lost 2 in a row after 3 unbeaten, and they were looking like they were going to escape, and just be safe this season. But a bit of bad form's crept in again, and I don't think it gets any easier from here because Forest are unbeaten in 5. So I'm going to go Forest to win 2-0. Peterborough versus Stoke next. And Peterborough, they did very well to earn their 5th away point of the season in a 1-1 draw against Bournemouth. Stoke, they haven't won in 6 matches and they're looking like they're going to finish in the bottom half again, which is very worrying for Stoke fans as it looked like this could be the season they get in the playoffs, but they've dropped off recently and they're not going to make it now. I'm going to go for a bit of a shock here. I think Peterborough are going to win this. I'm going 1-0. And the final game is probably the biggest game of the weekend. Luton versus QPR. 6th versus 7th. And Luton, they're in very good form. Won 6 out of 8, losing the other 2. I think they're the second best team of this calendar year in 2022. So they are in very, very top form at the moment. And it's going to be difficult for QPR to stop them. As QPR have dropped quite a lot. Really struggling. Only won 1 out of their last 7 matches. And they've lost 2 in a row. And if they could have won 4 of those matches, they'd be pretty much guaranteed a playoff place now. But their form's dropped. And I do think that Luton are going to win this one. Luton to win 2-1. And that's it. So those are my predictions for these upcoming championship fixtures. But I want to know, what are yours? Let me know down in the comments. Please like the video, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more championship content. And I have realised the championship videos do seem to be doing very well at the moment, getting over 100 views. Thank you for that. And I really appreciate people clicking on the video, dropping likes and subscribing. So thank you very much, and up the Blues.